Hey guys, so here's the notes for section 6, day 2. We're going to graph linear equations that are in standard form. Okay, so when we are graphing in standard form, what you will need to do is put into slope-intercept form. And remember, slope-intercept form, that means we have slope, and the y-intercept is y equals mx plus b. So when we are putting it in that slope-intercept form, we should always solve for y. Okay, let's go ahead and try 2x plus 4y equals 8. I'm going to kind of put this down here so I can solve for that y. So we had 2x plus 4y equals 8. There we go. Okay, as I said, we need to put it into that slope-intercept form, meaning we need to solve for y. So the first thing that we need to do here is move the 2x over. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. Now we do want to make sure we put this in the order. So we have 4y equals, instead of doing 8 minus 2x, I'm going to put that negative 2x in front because that is going to be my mx part. Okay? And it makes it so much easier then to determine our y-intercept and our slope. Now our next thing we will have to do is divide both sides by 4. Now I do divide that. Now the terms on the other side, I will have to divide by 4 on each of them. So I divide the negative 2x by 4 and the 8 by 4. I highly suggest to show it this way, just because then you remember, oh, I need to divide each term by 4, instead of trying to make it a big fraction. Okay, now from here, my 4's cancel. So I have y equals, now we need to simplify any fractions if possible. So negative 2 over 4, that simplifies as negative 1/2, and we have the x, and then 8 divided by 4 gives us 2. Now that we have put it into slope-intercept form, we need to identify the y-intercept and the slope. So our b, which that is always our y-intercept, in this case is going to be 2. Don't forget, that's actually where the point is going to be on that y-axis. So another way we can write this as 0, 2. So remember, the x is going to be 0, and then you have the y value. So let's plot that point, 0, 2. Now, let's use the slope to plot 4 other points. Our slope here is negative 1/2. So remember, that means we rise over run. So we're going to go down 1 and then to the right 2. So go down 1 to the right 2, down 1 to the right 2, down 1 to the right 2, and one more down 1 to the right 2. So at least I have 5 points. Now you can also go backwards. So instead of us going down 1, we could go up 1 and then to the left 2. Remember, down and left represent negative, and up and right represent positive. Now don't forget, connect your points here to make a line, and make sure you have the arrows. Okay, what I would like you to do is go ahead and try the next one on your own. So pause the video to do so. Okay, let's see what you got. So don't forget, we need to make sure we get this into the slope-intercept form. And to do that, we need to solve for y. So I have x minus 5y equals 5. So my first step in solving is to move the x to the other side. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. So I have negative 5y. Now as I did before, instead of putting 5 minus x, I'm going to put the x in front to know, hey, that's going to be my slope later on. Okay, now I'm going to divide both sides by negative 5. Now don't forget, divide each term by that negative 5. So doing it this way kind of helps you to not make those little minor mistakes there. Okay, so our negative 5s, they cancel out with the y. So I'm left with y equals. Now notice we have negative x over negative 5. So 2 negatives we know make a positive. Now this also represents that there is a 1 on top of the 5. So that means our slope here is actually 1/5, and then don't forget to keep your x. Then we have 5 divided by -5, that gives us -1. So now that we're in slope-intercept form, okay, let's identify our b, which is the y-intercept. No, that's going to be -1. That means the point is 0, -1. So let's go ahead and we're going to plot that. Remember that crosses the y-axis. Now let's identify our slope. We have positive 1/5. And that means we're going to go up 1 and then to the right 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So I go up 1 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plot my point, and do it again, up 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I don't really have at least 5, so let me go backwards. Meaning, instead of going up, I'm going to go down 1 and then to the left 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, go down 1, go over 1, 2, 3, and there we go. Right here. Okay, so now at least I have 5 points that I've plotted. Make sure you connect those points with a line to represent this as a linear function and have those arrows. Okay, if you have any questions, make sure you contact me and make sure you work on the homework assignments. I'll see you guys later.